eskwela, halina't magkaisa.
Ang kabataan ang daan sa tagumpay, upang umangat-angat ang ating buhay. Edukasyon, bigyan natin ng kulay, para ang bayan di tuluyang mapilay.
Matatag na bayan, mula na paaralan, kalidad na edukasyon para sa kabataan. Magpupulong tayo sa brigada, eskwela, tarana't magkaisa. At kampihin natin ang tanging pag-asa, pagtulong sa isa't isa. Magpupulong tayo sa brigada, eskwela, tarana't magkaisa. At kampihin natin ang tanging pag-asa, pagtulong sa isa't isa. Oh, 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 oh,
Tara na,
oh, 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 mabayanihan. Oh, 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 panatilihin. Oh, 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 para sa kabataan. Halina sa brigada, eskwela, halina't magkaisa.
Good morning, Schools Division of Bohol, and welcome to the part 3, session 2 of our DO Bohol-Contextualized webinar series, no? So, pretty na kitang daghanang na finish nga mga webinars, and I hope that these webinars that we have been conducting are beneficial to our colleagues in the schools division of Bohol, because it's really, the real intent as to why we're conducting it, that's to provide support to our colleagues in the division. Okay, so kadiyot sa haka akong kamera ni Gara na po siya. I'm not seeing my face. Sino kung di siya mapakita, di na ako mamugos. Bitaw. Okay, so before we move on, allow me to do some greetings, especially for those who came in early. All right, from Pedro Iyo, good AM Bohol. Ma'am Milagros Rojales, good morning, everyone. Ma'am Dionila Angko, good morning, everyone. Good morning, SDO Bohol. Teacher Grace Galulo, good morning, SDO Bohol. Pa-shout out sa Concepcion National High School, Mabini District. To our principal, Dr. Nestor T. Bernadas, and thank you, Kuno Sir Jumboy. Shout out to the teachers of Lourdes Elementary School, Cortez District. Keep safe, everyone, especially that the number of positives have been increasing. So, let's keep safe, because again, kung kita ang mabutang sa kakuyaw, grabe ang implication. It's not just going to be affecting our family, but it's going to affect our work. And of course, kung affected ng atong work, it's going to affect the learning of our students. And I want to say hi to my besties in San Agustin National High School, nga Ashley Caron, busy po sila, no, because we are part, San Agustin is basically the junior high school nga nagpahigayon karon og simulation. So we are currently distributing our assessment or questionnaire for our assessment for week 1, so that we'll be able to check whether despite the absence of the teacher in the delivery of instruction, is nakaya ba or nasabtan ba sa mga bata. And hopefully afterward we will be able to gather the result and see kung okay ba, then the result of the simulation will be shared, no, to each and everyone in the school's division of Bohol, so that you also have an idea as to how um, the distance delivery is carried over either via modular or online, because San Agustin is offering two variation, the modular and the online. So murag maula siguro to shout out kay actually the topic today is very interesting, and I would say also challenging, because for some the word visual basic applications is not really gitawag na to nga ko ano kanang term nga usual na to madungog. All right, it is not like that. It's not a gitawag na to nga household, no, household term, so to speak. But before we move on, of course, as part of our tradition, let's open this activity with an opening prayer. So at this point, may I request everyone to please pause for a moment and put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord. Dear Almighty and ever-loving God, we glorify and thank thee your name. You have showered us with so much blessings, and your presence continuously remind us of your faithfulness and guidance. May we humbly ask you to shower our speaker today of your greatest inspiration, so that he may share the most of his knowledge, heart and soul, to his topic. May we also absorb the invaluable knowledge and experiences and put it into practice, what we may learn today. We pray that you bless all the committees in charge, that they may be able to fulfill their task responsibly, that the objectives they have set may all be achieved. Your infinite blessing would mean the success of this seminar. May we be living witnesses of your genuine love through the enactment of the knowledge acquired through this activity. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. All right. All right, once again, good morning and welcome to the session two of the part three series for the SEO Bohol-Contextualized webinar. And for today, our session title is Automating DepEd Form 9 and Form 10 using Visual Basic for Applications. I know, again, that the topic title is kind of intriguing, but I'm pretty sure that our speaker will be able to simplify it, something that we can just easily digest. But before moving on, allow me to take this opportunity to say hi, no, to this person who has been really supportive of all our endeavors. Dr. Bianito Dagatan, Ma'am Kashana Caberte, Ma'am Marina Salamanca, Sir De Lejero, and Ma'am Ristificar from the SDO. And of course, the support of Task Force Bandilio, no? Because they've been really restreaming all our webinar. Special thanks to Sir Lope Hobak for allowing the restreaming, and of course the person behind the restreaming, Sir Linjon Boy, sir. Thank you, sir. Kay murag partner jud ta aning streaming ba. So thank you so much. Basin in the upcoming webinar, sir, I'll be asking for your help in delivering a topic which you are an expert with. Bitaw. All right. So without much ado, let me just napadainis siya. Okay, so let me just give you a brief background. No, there has been changes, by the way, but the topics are just the same. The change is just really on the schedule, but the topics will just be the same. So just please watch out for those topics that are upcoming. and we'll do our best to be able to give you a good experience in navigating or experiencing these courses. And I'm just gonna run through with this again. The certificates are not sent via email. It is accessible through SearchGen, no? searchgen.depedbohol.net. And please make sure to use the email address that you use to sign or to answer the assessment. Now, in the event that it shows certificate details not found, again, all you have to do is close the window that has been opened and then refresh the page, your dashboard, and then wait for some time and click on the download icon again. And again, in the event that you really cannot see your certificate, nag-log in mo dito kay walay ko session 8, then what you can do is you can make use of the search facility. All right, all you have to do is click on search a certificate and then input your search parameter, such as your full name, the one that you can recall that you use when you answer the assessment, or just the first name or just the last name. So try those three in the event that you will not be able to see anything by searching on your full name. And then once found, you may go ahead and click on the download icon so that you'll be able to access your certificate and be able to print it. Okay. All right. For the specifics for today, by the way, my apologies for the Wednesday session. There was an issue in my internet connectivity, so I was not able to live stream it in Facebook, no, or premiere that in Facebook at 7 p.m. I was able to do so 1 a.m. in the morning kay gabi na nibalik ang connection sa Globe. I'm pretty sure you have been experiencing the same, no? Globe is a bit not stable, not really bit, no? Was not stable for the last 2 days. But we'll do our best to be able to restream it tonight at 7 p.m. via our Facebook page. And of course, you could also do the review through our YouTube channel. For again, questions, especially we are anticipating questions, no? Because the topic is kind of tricky and challenging. Let us make use of the message box so that we'll be able to answer them in the QA segment. Just a request, simple request, or a mild request. At around 11:45 or 40, may I request everyone to please stop doing a shout out so that we will be able to utilize the message box for the questions, so that before we end the session, we will be able to answer these questions. Para no, kuan ba, we will be able to end the session with a light heart, dili kay heavy heart kay what na tubag ang pangutana. Okay, and again, participants should stay for you to be able to see the assessment and evaluation link, which is a requisite to getting the e-certificate. And the assessment link will expire 5 p.m. the next day. And again, for you to be able to get the e-certificate, you should be able to get 6/10, and there are no multiple retakes. And make sure to check the inputted information in the full name and email field. Naagya po ng issue ng deped.gov.ph pero nag-type kay deped.com.ph. So please be cautious in terms of inputting those information, because again, requests for correction will no longer be honored. As much as we would like to address those requests, it's just that we have limited people and we are handling training side by side, so it's going to be very impossible for us to really address those correction requests. So sabta lang ni gamay beta. All right, so I guess that's it. So ano pa di ay for the certificate, last Wednesday, it's going to be available within the day. I'll do my best. It's just that I also have a lot of things in my plate, no, so murag na busy gamay, but I'll do my best. Kung dili today, it's going to be tomorrow. Muna na siya pinaka-latest for session last Wednesday, katong meal merge with Sir Glenn. All right. So let me move on and introduce the speaker for this morning. Actually, no, you have been able to see him for, I guess this is his 4th time already doing a webinar, live webinar. And he has been moderators as well for the past webinars. Definitely, he is someone bitaw who is being admired by a lot of people. He is the TVL coordinator of Lourdes National High School in Canglao District, and at the same time, the ICT coordinator in the senior high school department. So he has a lot of tasks, no? Especially right now in the new normal, ICT coordinators are really the gitawag na to nga lisod kung wala, but still, despite his busy schedule, he is with us and has been supporting us, no, all the way through. And of course, mo support siya kay he is actually the co-chairperson of the task force, no? So kung sa president pa nag-vice president, kung mawala ang president, mupuli gid ng vice. So in our case, mupuli ang chairperson. And with that, thank you so much, Surgeon Boy, for all the support. Nagingan lang na nako. Ito, I am referring to no less than a very good friend of mine, a very supportive colleague, and a very intelligent and handsome teacher of Lourdes National High School District for Mr. Jimboy Valiosa. Good morning, sir.
Yes, Sir Inad. Good morning, Agoy ha. Mahilis ta sa imong description.
Ana gina, sir.
That's very, very more than generous description. Bitaw. Exaggeration na to tanan.
Dili or they get to exaggeration. The task
Okay.
force ICT platforms would not have been able to fulfill all of his duties without your support and the rest of the members. So let me take this opportunity to express my sincerest thanks and appreciation. Bow, bow, John. Sige, sir. You may take it
Okay.
away, sir.
Okay, Chairman. Thank you so much for that. Sige, dawaton. Ako lang ng dawaton, bitaw. Anyway, good morning to all of us. Again, I would like to thank you all for still patronizing our SDO Bohol series of webinars, especially for the Task Force ICT. And for how many weeks already, no? More than a month ago, since the beginning of July, din hita nagkuyog ta for our webinars, and here you are now. And if you notice, no, og wa ninyo na notice, please notice it, that the topics we presented gikan sa pinakasayon, nagkaanam og kalisod. Okay? So, and thank you for that, for still here. Nga naagid gihapon mo, eager to learn more, no, for the skills in ICT. So this morning, I am going to tackle medyo, no, as mentioned ni Sir Inad ganina during the introduction of this webinar, medyo challenging ni siya. Okay? Ay mo kakurat ha. I am going to tell you frankly, this is programming. Programming ni siya. Pero ay mo kakurat. Let's take it slow nga kanang no ato siyang ma-digest to your level. So maningkamot ko nga akong mahatag ni siya the simplest way. Kay ang atong target karon is dili basta-basta. We are going to automate your Form 9 and 10 generation kanang pag-prepare ana gikan sa Form 1 ni atong i-automate ang pag-transfer sa data. Dili na ta mag-encode, dili na ta mag-copy paste, but atong ipa-automate ni Microsoft Excel. Okay, so I think daghan na kay kong introductions for that, but allow me to greet all the teachers of Lourdes National High School who are now busy preparing for the simulation this coming Monday. Good luck, guys. Okay, and also to our school principal, Ma'am Socorin, na nag-oversee gyud. See to it that the simulation will be successful this coming Monday. And I think all of us, not kitang tanan nag-andam ta for that, because this coming August 24, kung walay mga changes, magsugod na gid ang atong klase. And Sir Inad, sa ilaha, busy po siya kay sila mo ay nag-simulate this week, no, para sa regional pod na nga koan simulation. So sila mo ay representative sa Bohol. Okay, so adto ko sa atong topic this morning, a little background about this what I am talking about nga very foreign to us, except those people nga naay background sa programming. Okay, so ay lang ko ka kuan din ha nga basig masagmuyo mo nga hala programming day na okay ra gid na siya. Ato lang hinay-hinayon ang pag illustrate for this topic kay aron masundan rasad ninyo. And anyway, recorded man ni siya. So anytime after sa ato ang live karon, no, okay? So pwede na ninyong ma-review ang video. Okay? So let's relax and let's enjoy learning Visual Basic for applications in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so the title for this is Automating DepEd Forms, no? Form 9 and Form 10 preparation using Visual Basic for applications in MS Excel. Okay, now Excel actually, if wala nato na notice that, no, not only for those medyo mga complicated nga mga formula, no, to derive whatever we need, no, kay Microsoft Excel is, no, maayo kay na siya for the numbers. So Microsoft Excel also is packed with great ways to save time, like the keyboard shortcuts, the templates, the fill handle nga imo nang i-click and mo-automatic na siya og fill up tanan or fill in tanan and so on. So, but there is no better time-saving tool than a macro. So, unsa man ning macro? Macro is embedded in Microsoft Excel. Naa na siya dinha. And even in Microsoft Word, unsay purpose ni macro there is that you can make use of this nga imong i-record ang imuhang routine, meaning kanang repeated nga action. Okay, repeated nga action so that dili ka magbalik-balik. So iyang i-record unya, you can play it, you can run it anytime. Sagdi lang, ato nang ma-uncover as we go along with this webinar. So macro is a sequence of instructions that Microsoft Excel execute when you tell it to. So unsaon na to ni, ato nang i-illustrate later. Okay, and that opens up a huge number of possibilities, no, nga mag-automate sa ato ang routinary office works. Okay, so this time ang atong output sa lang is we will start from DepEd forms, pero no, starting pag yun, sir, yes, at least naatay, no, ang DepEd forms man god is very common to all of us. Dili na siya foreign, but no, common kay we are dealing with these forms, no, especially in preparing the school records of our students. So I am using here a sample forms, dili ni mga tinuod nga mga tao, and also the, you know, LRNs, dili ni mga tinuod, no, mga sample lang ni siya. But I am going to show you later the forms, the different forms gikan sa elementary to senior high school. Okay, so our objective for this morning, our objectives is that we can familiarize macro in Microsoft Excel. So, sir, unsa may kalainan ni macro o ni VBA? Okay, si macro is in name nga gihatag niya dito ni Microsoft Excel, but actually macro is working with VBA or the Visual Basic for Applications. So the VBA is a programming language ni Microsoft. Kapamilya na siya anang gitawag nato og Visual Basic nga programming language. Okay, under the .NET framework. So that's too technical for us to digest. Sige na lang. Basta kay mao na siya name, macro is the name nga naa ni Microsoft Excel, and that is implemented using the Visual Basic for Applications nga programming language. Okay, and we can use macro in preparing DepEd forms. So kana lang, madugo, no? Madugo ato ang objectives karon. So we will try nga mahuman nato ni tanan, but again, mag-agad ko ninyo, and also no, og naamoy mga kalibog by now, sige, put it sa ato ang chat box or sa message box so that I know Sir Inad is watching and manote dayon og unsay mga gusto natong ipangutana. Sir Inad, if ever na ay questions nga need yun siya ma-answer right away, just interrupt me, sir. Okay ra gyud na kaayo. Okay?
All right.
So,
Noted, sir.
since mao lagi ni medyo lisod man gyud ni siya, medyo lang ha, medyo. So, let's proceed to the DepEd forms. Are we familiar with these forms? The school form 1, the school form 9, and the school form 10. So, unsa man ni sila? Unsa man yung mga forms nga naa nato? This school form 1 is known as the school register. This is downloadable sa ato ang LIS. The school form 9, this is our report card, and the school form 10, this is the previously known as the form 137 or the student permanent record. Now, nganong giaruhan man ni siya? Now, our target is that we have school form 1, and you know what, medyo makarelate ta sa ubang advisors that gikan sa school form 1, since dili siya inana ka friendly ang data presentation. Unsa naman po dun, sir? No, the way it is put there sa school form 1, dili siya inana ka friendly para ibalhin diri sa school form 10 and also sa school form 9. Okay? So later mahibaw-an na nato nganong dili man siya inana kadali sa copy paste. Okay? But we can do something out of it. And anyway, huwata lang ninyo ha, for the next topic, we are going to focus on how we are going to manipulate this data nga naa ni school form 1. Sige, sir, abstract ra kaay ka, sir. Okay. I am going to show you a school form 1. Sige. Okay. So, I think we are very familiar with this. No? So whatever the names nga na din na ang the LRN, those are sample. Dili na tinuod ng mga bata. Okay? So, atong i-zoom. Now, pinaka-common aning data nga atong makit-an is, you have there, okay? Take note ha, tanawa na to. Supposedly, the format here, no, very particular kaita sa format. Last name, first name, name extension, and middle name. But ang nahitabo sa data sa ubos is wala siya ning sunod. Nganong wa may kama ni siya before sa middle name. Notice? Okay. So kung ato ni siyang gamiton, no? Ato ning gamiton adto sa uban nga forms, buwag man ni siya naal. Sige sir, ayo pag-istorya abstract sir. Okay. Aray sa ato ang form 137 or the known as the form 10. Makita ra ba sir Inad? Ang ahong exam.
Form 1 pa, sir.
Form 1 pa. Okay. Sige. I thought usa ra sila tanan. So aray ko sa form 10. Okay. Kung atong tan-awon, ang last name is gibuwag. Last name, first name, name extension, and the middle name, including the birth date and the sex. Okay. So, kani siya, last name, first name, the name extension, and the middle name. Kung mubalik ta dito sa dapat usar ang tani sila, no? Kay pulos man ni Excel. Okay, balik ta sa form 1. Dili siya inana kadali, no? Kay here, kung tan-aw na to, inani siya og format. Maunang, ang mahitabo is ato siyang, unsa man, ato lang siyang encodon or i-copy paste, mag-click ta din ha, kanira siya atong i-forward dito. Okay. So, this topic unsaon ni siya pagbuwag-buwag, no, buwag-buwagon anato sila, that will be tackled by Sir Ronald Bunyao. Okay, so atong advanced manipulation sa Excel. So, mo na next topic na to. So by now, sige, ato sa nang iset aside, and this time let's make use of this data kay common man ni siya. You have the LRN, the name, the sex, the birth date, and the age. Mao gyud pinaka-importante didto sa ato ang school form 10. Okay. So murag mahirapan ko sa tumang kalisod aning balhin-balhin, sir. No?
Sir, kuha na lang para madali ka na, ay na lang siya i-stop, i-click lang balik ang share screen niya. Mo-display naman na siya sa which window imong i-share para di na ka mo click og stop niya, start na sad.
Okay, sir. Okay. Here. So, from Form 10 adto ta sa ato ang report card. Okay, so for the report card, Form 9, a while. Okay, Form 10. So for the report card, we have the Form 9. Okay. Where is the Form 9? Wala. Wala siyang register. Okay. Here we go. So, ang forma sa atong Form 9 is something like this. Okay? This is for senior high school. Kani kay advisor man the core subjects, you have the number of hours, niya kani blanco sa ani kay ang atong buhaton ani is ato lang ibutang ang data gikan sa Form 1 adto sa ato ang Form 9 ug adto sa ato ang Form 10. Okay. So ang pinaka-common adto no, especially here sa report card, kung tan-aw nato, you have here the last name, first name, and middle name. For senior high school, swak na swak, no? Parehas kaayo ni siya, last name, comma, first name, walay, no, space lang din middle name. And that is how it is presented sa Form 1 sa senior high school. But sa junior high school, na siya comma ani before sa middle name. Na ay comma. Okay. So, I am going to show you the GHS nga form. Okay. Form 10. Pasensya sa gamay ha. Okay. That is Form 1 from the GHS. Okay. Basig nalula mo no, wala daghan naman na kayo. So, this is the sample form of junior high school, Form 10, Form 1. Diara. Now, kung atong i-compare tong duha, sa Form 1 nga gikan sa senior high school, kani naa siya'y kama. Okay? So, the same good gihapon nga naay naaning age, naaning birth date, na ang sex, na ang name, and the LRN. Pero ang nahitabo is that kani siya naay kama before sa kani. Okay. On the other side, kung sa Sir Bunyaw nga topic, mas dali ni siya buwagon. Okay. So, since ato karon is that unsaon pag-transfer ni ngadto sa ato ang no, from Form 1 to Form 10. Okay. Here. Okay. So you have there the napay-usaan ni ang sex. Okay. Mauman gid ni siya atong target. You have the school form 1. I hope na may copy ani no. You have the school form 1 atong i-transfer ang data electronically no, programmatically to school form 9 and school form 10. So let's start with the school form 9. Ang mahitabo ani is you have a number of records sa school form 1, usually 50 ka buok. Now, what we are going to do is that atong kopyaon, atong kuhaon ning mga kani sila, the last name, middle name, first name, birth date, age, atong ibutang ni school form 9, and let's save them one by one, okay, using their last name, middle name, and first name. Kani. Okay? So good na ta. Now, ang atong base ani is the school form 1. Okay. Please open your school form 1. Now, what tay lain nga, no, og naamoy na open nga Excel, please close them all sa pagkakaron anyway. Ang aho lang ging illustrate is the easiest way unsaon nato pag switch from one form to another programmatically. So unahon nato og open ang school form 1. Okay. So ari lang ko sa senior high school nga school form 1 and the school form 9 sa senior high school report card. Okay? So anhi sa taon na kaning duha. So make sure to close them. I-close ninyo ang duha dayon i-open og una ang school form 1 ay pa ang school form 9. Okay. So in my case, I am going to close all of those. Okay. Excel. Ipang-close ni nako tanan so that ang mauna gyud is kinsa may mauna ang school form 1. Okay. So ari lang ko sa senior high school nga form 1. Okay. So here we go. Diara ang ato ang school form 1. Ni is the LRN, the name, the sex, and yes, and the age. Kaning upat. Mao ni importante nga makuha nato adto sa ato ang school form 9. Okay, ready? So next to that is naka-open ako sa school form 1. After this, let's open the school form 10 or the report card. The form 9. Okay, so I am going to show you my school form 9 and here it is. Okay. Now, first ninyo yung buhaton before ta mag-automate is make sure you set up already the subjects here. I think na-ready na yun ni daaning ato ang subjects. For core subjects, you have the applied and the specialized subjects. For the second semester, these are the subjects and so on. Now, make sure, para di mo magbalik-balik o tagsa-tagsa, make sure to put the number of hours here. Usually, 80 hours mangyud ta. Except the physical education and health kay pila man ni ka hours sila. 20 hours lang. Now, here, 80, okay. Now, some subjects here are, gama-gama rani siya ha. Please do not take them seriously. Kay kani mga nakita niyo nga mga data ani, gama-gama lang gid ning uban ani. Okay? So 80 hours. And also, for the second semester, kung unsay common nilang tanan, ibutang na lang daan. Kay aron, inig automatic generate na to. Kuanda yon, dili na ta magbalik-balik. Naa na siya. Naka-ready na. Kay anyway, common man nilang tanan. Tanang estudyante, same number of hours for these subjects. Di ba no? Okay, correct. That's correct. So, 80 hours and so on. And also for the report card phase, kani mag-differ sila and also the age kana. But the grade and section. So for example, grade 12, FOS. Okay, FOS A. And that is 2020-2021. The strand is TVL. Okay, home economics. Unless your whole section dili parehas og kenang track and strand. Ilahi laman pud tong uban. Okay. So, the name of the teacher and the name of the principal. I-ready na lang na daan. Okay? Name of the teacher and name of the principal. So, if we notice, now Microsoft Excel will treat this the whole thing kani siya ba? No, kanang gitawag nato og Form 9 SHS as a workbook. Okay? Take note of that ha. Workbook na siya. Kani siya, this is worksheet. So, worksheets ning duha, named report card inside and report card face. Okay? So, workbook. Now, Microsoft Excel, ang iyahang pag-treat sa workbooks, o kinsay unag open, maoy workbook 1. And ang ikaduha is workbook 2. Anyway, there are so many ways to refer to that particular workbook. But this time, ato sa lang ingon anion dire that ang unang na-open is workbook 1, ang second nga na-open is workbook 2. Okay. Now, to test using VBA, adto, di ba, atong giingon is adto ta mag-base ni Form 1. So, ang nahitabo karon is that, no, assuming that ready na ning imuhang mga data dire. Everything has been set. Naanay sulod ang report card, sakto na ni sila nga mga subjects. Okay? And here, kanang common sa tanan, sakto na, parehas sila og grade and section, parehas school year, parehas og track and strand, kani and so on. Now, for this, kani sidya, no, number of school days. So, pwede po nagbutangan ninyo daan if that is really known. Kung dili pa mo sure, pwede mo nag-later. Okay. So, dili enjud po nibutangan nato ni daan ng number of days, no, nga absent sila. Kaya pa ta kahibaw kapila sila ma-absent. Okay. So, ang dili common is the LRN, the sex, the age, and the name. So kani silang upat maon atong kuhaon gikan didto sa Form 1. And then ato siyang i-save according to this name nila. Okay. So let's proceed to school Form 1. Okay? So di ara di ba nara makita nato no? Now, Microsoft Excel, aside from no sa atong balikon, this is what we call the whole thing a workbook. So workbook na siya. Now, this workbook is composed of worksheets. Kani. So the whole thing is workbook. Kani, this is what we call worksheets. Kung daghan, kung usa, that is worksheet. Okay. Now, every worksheet will be subdivided into what we called as the cell. I think this is very basic. Sige lang, ato lang reviewon. This is what we called a cell. Okay? Now, this cell is under normal conditions, this is the intersection of the row and the column. Now, how are we going to identify the row and the column? The row is moonin ay number. Row numbers ang tawag ani. Sa una 56,000 pa ni, but lately daghan na kaayo na siya og rows. No, nga dili na mahurot na to. Basta gi-ready na for business. And also here, before ZZ pagidintawon siya taman, but now daghan na kaayo ta og columns, and that is what we call column headers. no, gilabeled by A, B, C, D, E, F. That is what we call column headers. This is, no, these are the column rows. Kani? So the column rows numbered 1 through adto sa last nga row number. And then the intersection is what we call the cell. So unsa may giunsa man pag-combine ni siya, naa ni siya address kani nga cell. And this cell, no, you will know unsay address ani using the name box. This is what we call the name box. So currently naata ni C21. Kung mo click ka din kani nga cell, this is A21. Okay? Now, let's take note of that kay magamit na nato later. Kani siya C21, kana A21, this is L21, and this is O21. Okay. Now, the value here is 17. The value, no, mo na ilahang value. So, if you would like to know, no, unsay value ani, unsay data ani, di ara siya makitaan dire. No, this is the what we call the formula bar. Okay, so much for that. So, ready na ta for the macro. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. So here, when we say about, no, when we talk about macro, arita diri sa view. And there you go. Kita mo ani niya, this is macros or macro. We have two options. So view macros or record a macro. And this is the button that makes our work easy. Okay, very easy. Now, I am going to show you that we can do it programmatically, no? Kaning atong trabahoon by using record macro. Unsaon man na siya, sir? So mag-record tag macro and do something with this, no, kaning worksheet, and that will be recorded. And those codes magamit to nato siya, okay, to repeat the process. Okay. So pananglitan. Let's have a very simple nga task diri sa Microsoft Excel worksheet. Okay? So pananglitan, sample lang niya. Let's format this, no, birth date nga dili ingon ani og forma. Pero inana gud na siyang forma gyud, no. Assuming lang, sample lang. Okay, or kani siya ato ni siyang i-change, no, ang color. Color na good pod. So, let's record the macro. Okay, let's try. So, record. Okay, just name it macro 1 if you would like to name it, no, nga gusto nimo mayon ka og change color. Space is not allowed, ha. When naming it, if that is composed of 2 words, the first letter of the second word is capital. Okay, change color. So you have the option to do the shortcut key here. You can have the description if you would like. No? Kay this will help you to identify this kind of macro. So this will change the font color of the cell. On sa kaning cell, that is the intersection of the row and column. So diha na to mabutang ang data. Okay. So let's do the recording. Na, okay. Imo nang i-select. And then next to that is arikani home. Imong i-change ang color to pananglitan. You would like it to be red. Okay. Mubalik ka ni macro. Balik ka ni macro. And stop recording. So, giunsa ka ito niya. No, okay? Now, view macros to view unsay code nga iyang gihatag for that. Okay. Now, nganong ako maninggi start nga mag-record tag ato ang kaugalingon nga code because we have different versions of Microsoft Office. Okay? So since that dili mo ta parehas og Microsoft Office, ako I am using 2019, ikaw 2013. So do not copy my code but instead use your macro. Pag-record og imuha. Maka-record naman ka. Okay? So anyway, tudluan lang muna ko gamay sa programming unsaon nga maka-generate ta tanan. Common ra gina siya sa Visual Basic. Pero this time, no, much better if we are going to do the recording and see and look for it. Tanaw na to kung unsay forma. Thrilling kaayo. I have here the change color and just simply click edit. Okay, edit. Ingon ra siya. Range Q21 to T21 dot select. Okay. With selection, font, color, that is beyond our understanding and lang yung sabta basta kay mauni siya ang code. Okay? Mauni siya ang code sa kadtong gi-select nimo. Okay. This range is specific to Q21 to T21. Ay sa nakit-an aho ang macro? Ah, yes. Thank you, thank you. Nara, ay so kulbaan ko da. Kay kugwa. So this Q21 and T21, kung atong tan-awon sa atong worksheet, naa na siya diri sa where. Here. Na, this is the address of. Iya lang gibutangan og 21 kay Q to T kay gi-merge man ni nato nga cell. But ang iyang address nga gihatag is Q21. Okay. So unsaon man nato na siya pag-manipulate aron sir kaning tanan mag-select na lang ko unya aho na lang siyang no wherever I select aho siyang ipadagan. Okay. Using the control nga inyong gigamit or if not adto ta sa macro mo balik. Simple ra ni kayo ha. Again, pwede ra gud kag mag-select ana imong ibutangan og no imong i-change ang color, pwede ra gid na siya kayo. But what I am trying to emphasize is that this very simple task pwede natong ma-record and inig-record nato we can no do something out of it nga we can do creatively nga higher pa aning atong gibuhat karon. Okay, so here. Now, we don't need the range anymore. It's because ato namang i-select. So, to comment that, simply use kanio, nasa inyong doon sa enter kanang single quotation mark. And that is to comment. Now, sa programming, kung naka-single quotation mark ng beginning, meaning that is, unsa man na siya. Okay, that is not readable. Okay, so comment ra na siya. Comment lang. Okay, dili na siya readable ni Visual Basic. So, wala lang. Comment lang na siya din ha, as a guide. So, if you notice here, this is the description nga itong gibutang. No, okay. So, ingon siya, change color macro. Now, with selection, ug unsay selection nato didto, ato ni igamay. Okay. So, we need to select first, no? Sir, effective lagi na siya. Now, pananglitan, if we are going to highlight all of them, okay, taman dire. And let's, no, inanion pag-run sa macro. I-click na siya, dayon, run. Make sure nga na kay selection. Kay with selection man siya. So, inig-click ni mo ana, nakita, automatic, kani sila, nahimong, unsama ni, nahimo na siyang color. Okay. Now, let's make it no more complicated. Look, behind naman ni. Okay. Let's record again and let's do 2 or 3 tasks no nga atong i-record. Okay. So balik ta here. Okay, so nakuha ba nato to? Hopefully okay ra. Balik ko na to, arita ni macro and we are going to record the macro. So atong i-record unsay task nga atong buhaton so that we can make use of it. Okay, no. So let's record another macro nga atong i-format siya. Daghanon tong format. Okay? So pananglitan. Let's name it format text. Okay. Then click OK. Now we are going to start a new recording. Now si name atong i-change ni, okay, pananglitan. Kanilang usa atong i-select. Okay. Now with this selection, adto ta sa home atong i-change ang font to bold. Change the font color to font face to Times New Roman. Times. Okay. Hi Times, where are you? Here. Times New Roman, let's change this to 10. Pila na ka-actions to? 1, 2, 3. And change the color to blue. Okay, like that. Now, if we are going to stop the macro, ato tani view, macro, then stop recording. Okay. So tanaw na to unsay forma ni macro with that action nga inyong gibuhat. Okay, that is format text now. Then click edit. So here, ang nahitabuan ni is that format text. So you have selection font bold equals true, with selection font bold, and another with selection Times New Roman. Okay, with selection font. So pila ka buok action? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So tanggalon nato ng specific natong gi-select, and then we are going to select something there and atong ipadagan ang macro. So ay wa na ko siya gibutangan og wa na ko siya gibutangan og shortcut kay mas nindot ni siya nga atong gamiton. Okay. I am going to show you how to make use of this format text. So, tanggalan nato ang range. And take note of this ha, range, this is the cell or these are the cell address sa imong gi-select. And this is what we call method. Okay? Kanang select is method and this range is a property. Kang kinsa man nga property ni worksheet. Labad no? Okay, gikan ni worksheet na siya mga properties and range is a property. Property meaning attributes niya. Kanang pwede natong masudlan og iyahang murabag sa atoa nga sa imuhang ikaw naa kay imuhang balay, naa kay imuhang yuta. Sa imong yuta, pwede kang mupili ari ko sa yuta or ari ko sa balay, and that is the meaning of this select. So you are going to select sa imong mga properties. Okay. Di lang gud ta maglabad sa OHA basig ma-stress mo ani. So again, programming gid ni siya nga side. Okay. So anyway, ma-enjoy lagi ta ani. Now, i-comment na nato ng range and mao na ni siya every time nga mag-select mo unya imong gamitan og button. Okay, sige. So I am going to illustrate now unsaon pag-create of button so that inig-click na to sa button, automatic og kinsay selected, mao na dayon ang atoang ma-change ang format using this. Okay. So balik ta dire sa atoang kani. We are going to insert a shape. Shape na itong gamiton ha. So kanilang siya. Let's put it here, somewhere here. Okay, and then add text. And that is, butangan nato siya og button. Butangan nato og description. Format text button. Okay. So ato nang i-incorporate karon kato ato ang format text. So simply right-click this, kani siya, i-right-click ra na, you have there assign macro. Okay. So with this assign macro, i-select na to si format, text, then okay. Now, na-imagine ninyo, if balikon to natog format to, kapila man to, upat to ka tasks. Pero, kani siya nga series ato ning i-highlight and click the format button, and there you go. Kani siya nga series ato nang i-select. Once selected, and click this format button, and tadan. Okay? So, that will make our life easier. So, naaragyod siya diha ni Microsoft Excel. Okay. Sige, so okay na ta sa basics sa macro. Sige daw, adto daw sa inyong no, before ko mo proceed na gyud, that we are going to code gikan sa atong form 1 ngadto sa atong report card. Do you have questions in mind, no, about the macro? So ibutang sa chat box so that Sir Inad can cue that question to me. Okay? Sige, so we will give siguro 2 minutes for that. My timer is 11:02, so until 11:04 we can answer the question. I'm looking at my monitor also here. And where is it?
Wala pa, sir. Wala na greeting.
Polos ra greetings. Okay, so that means, sige, you are really following. Okay, the assumption to siya. Dili to siya conclusive. Assumption. Okay, so, mao na to, no? This is no how we are going to assign a macro using the shape, and we just call it button. So if you would like to format this, no, kanang shape nga porma gid siya button is naay kang Microsoft Excel ana, no, nga formatting, and simply click this. Nana siya mga pang format here, and whatever you would like to appear, kung sa appearance ana niya, you have the shape effects. So, naon ba nato ni siya nga button, and oh wow, button na talaga. Okay? So, ingon na siya. Now, since taas kita kaayo og itakol, no? Let's proceed now that we can transfer these forms, I mean the data here, kani nga data, atong i-transfer na ni didto ni form 1. Okay, so form 9. That's it. So, atong kuhaon si last name. We are going to note on the address. Okay? So, arita mag-una ni report card face. Kay na okay naman ta sa inside. Unsay address ani niya? That is P10. So, this is our destination address. Meaning, diha na to isuksok ang data coming from form 1. So ato nang i-take note ng mga address ani, and that is what I am going to call, that is P10. Ang age is asa man ni siya, that is P11. Okay, ang sex is T11, and the LRN is W11. Okay. So, ato nang i-note kay aron dili ta maglibog. And that is name. Okay. So, everything down here is okay naman ni siya. Repeated naman na. So, let's go back to form 1. Okay. Take note ha, last name pa na niya. Ato lang yung dilitan daan kay aron. Sige, aron makita nato nga ning reflect yun siya. Last name, first name. Let's proceed to the form 1. And again, arita ni form 1 mag-create of code for this. You have the LRN, you have the name, you have the sex, and the age. Okay. Now, let's take note also that the source, again, naghisgot ganina, the destination is to as a form 9, the source is gikan ni form 1. But before that, let's try kung sakto ba ang atoang okay. Sakto ba ang atoang workbooks? So, dilito na nako ha. Ako lang yung diliton tanan for that. Okay? And when you are going to code, Visual Basic will make use of the keyword sub. When you are going to start a module or a self-defined module, let's name it transfer. Okay? And automatic nang na-end sub sa ubos. Now, what we're going to do is that, let's try kung mo-activate ba si workbook 1 o workbook 2. Okay. So I am going to test here just simply, kay ang workbook is a collection, workbooks, index 1, meaning the one there is the first nga atong gi-open. Di ba ganina ningon ko? Close everything sa atong Excel. By now, let's make use of this. But there are so many ways how can we refer to the workbooks. By now, dinha sa lamanta sa number kay masayo no. Okay. So, pag-open nimo sa next workbook, that is the form 9, workbook 2 na pud to siya. So, simply make use of this method na siya ni Microsoft Excel using VBA. Activate meaning siya mo ay active karon. So pananglitan, ang imong active karon is form 9. Okay, so dapat kung mag-activate ka ni workbooks 1, okay? Kinsa na may mo activate? Si form 1, dili si form 9. Okay. So you can put comment here, this is to activate workbook form 1. Okay. Now, if you are going to activate also the workbook nga, kadtong, ikaduha, which is the form 9, workbooks 2, that activate, that is, okay, kanang comment meaning, guide lang na nato, dili na siya mabasa, dili na siya basahon ni Visual Basic. Okay? So, this is to activate workbook form 9. Okay. So let's try. If we're going to, dili na to dunganon sila, ato lang i-comment ning usa so that ang usa ra mo ay siya ra mo ay mo run. So when you're going to click this na run, okay. By now, sa ako ang screen, ang form 9 maoy naka ibabaw. Siya mo'y active karon nga workbook. Okay. So kung akong balikon ni siya, arita ni i-comment nato si workbook 2. Okay. So when you're going to play that, that's it. So ang form 1 na pod mo ay nag-refer. So why am I presenting this to you? So that naatay background that this is how to manipulate workbooks. And so with the worksheets. The first worksheet nga imong gigamit, okay? The first nga worksheet nga imong gigama, mo na siya worksheet number 1. But we can refer them using their names. Okay. So, sa workbook applicable, pero din lang ako i-show karon ha. You can use the file name of that workbook here, enclosed with double quotation. Ari lang ko sa, okay. Ari ta magduwa ni, usara man siya. Okay. Adto ko ni form 9. Okay. So, makita ba ako ang macro when na ako sa form 9? Okay. Makita ra ba? Sir Inad?
Yeah, naka sa form 1 nga macro, sir.
Okay. Nakita ang macro, sir.
Nakita macro niya, ang background ay kay katanang form 9, sorry.
Form 9. Okay, sige. So, I am afraid man good basin og wala mo dili maog aho ang gipang show ba. Now, this time if atong tan-awon si form 1, we have duha ka buok. Okay. So, we are playing pa no unsaon nato ni siya. Now, active ni siya. This is what we call no. Kung ato ni siyang i-invoke programmatically, we are referring to report card phase no niya activate. Okay. So, let's do it programmatically kung gamayon ni siya. Makitaan man nato no og kinsay naka-highlight mo active. So, ato lang nang i-comment ng duha. Now to refer to this workbook, pwede na mo og dili mo magamit og saingan ani mag-refer ni workbook nga kani, but simply use the active workbook. Okay? Nani siya limitation ha, og kinsa ray active karon, mao na siya mag-refer ani. Okay, active workbook that you can use the collection niya nga worksheets and butangan harong spelling ko bantogra. Worksheets, then kopya aning name niya. Okay? Simply copy, double click ra na copy, balik ta ni macro. Mo na ibutang din ha. Enclose na siya og parentheses, then that you can do something out of it. So, let's try to have activate. Okay. And also, we have the report card. Now, to illustrate nga, mugana magid ni siya nga code. No? Is this code workable? So, instead of face, that is an inside. Now, atong testingan. Currently, naata ni report card face. So, makita sa background ha, open siya. Now, let's click this. Okay. Here's the problem. Make sure, kay naka-highlight man rin siya. Okay? Make sure nga igawas ni meaning si Microsoft Excel naka-ready siya, naghuwat pa siya nga na kay i-input. Na active siya na, so igawas ra na. Okay? That's it. So, inig-click na to ana, kinsa may naka-active karon. That is the report card inside. Okay. Ibalik na to sa comment and dayon atong iparaning active workbook that worksheets report card face that activate. And there you go. Siya mo ay naka-activate. Okay? So that is the use of the method activate. Now, next to that is the most important thing there is the range. Okay. Unsaon man to ng range? Pwede tang mogamit nga reference as active workbook or we can use the workbooks. Okay, workbooks to that. Okay. Unsa nga worksheet man. So ang mahitabuan ni karon, we will work there ni form 1 pero maglabay tag data ni form 9. So how are we going to refer this ngadto ni form 9? Okay. Dili na ko na deleton ha for reference. Now, what we are going to do is di ba nagkuan tag mga addresses, kinsa tong source and kinsa tong destination. Okay, balik ko na to. So gikan ni form 1 here, the LRN is unsay address niya? A21. Please take note of that. This is the source. Ang destination niya, take note na siya ni form 1. Now, ang destination is tuwa siya ni form A21. Asa man ang LRN nga destination niya dire? Here. And that is naa siya ni W21. So, therefore, ang mahitabuan ni karon is your source ibutang nimo sa destination nga LRN. Okay. What are we going to do is this. let's go back to the form 1. Arita diri magtrabaho ni form 1. Then, adto ta sa ato ang macro. Okay. So, ang mahitabuan ni, let's specify the destination. So, kinsa man tong destination nato, and that is workbook 2, di ba no? Kaya ang una natong gi-open, workbook 1 is si form 1. So, kopyaon nato ng workbooks 2. Okay. Workbooks 2, unsa nga worksheet? So, that is the worksheets report card phase kana kang phase that anhi na ta mo gamit ni range. Okay. I-enclose na nato siya og no katong gitawag natong cell address unsa nga range man to ang destination, and that is W11. Okay, make it capital, W11. That value. Okay, unsa man ni si value? The value is the property ni worksheet. Ni cell W11, whatever cell it is, value pwede imuhang gamong destination, pwede og source. Unsa man ang source of destination, sir? You have the equal sign. Kung kani siya maoy naa dire, meaning this is the destination. Okay? Tagdila na siya mag-error. So this is destination sa data. Value mo itong ihatag. And karing PCAS, this is what we call the source. Okay. So this aman siya magikan. And that is, since this is your active worksheet, so pwede ratang mo refer as active worksheet that range, unsay range adto man, unsa may address adto, and that is A21. Klaro? That is A21 that value. Okay. So this is the source and this is the destination. So source, destination. So tuwa ni form 2. Now sige, tan-awon ko na to, sir, o unsay forma ni form 2, ni form 9. Balik ko na to si form 9. Walay sulod si LRN. Okay. So balik ko na to si form 1. Ang LRN ni form 1 is dara 6686690. Okay. So what we are going to do is atong i-automate na dayon siya. Okay. So di ba no, kani man siya matong transfer, and we have the button here nga. Okay. Format man atong i-change na assign macro, and that should be transfer. Okay. So ato laman ning i-change pod ning name. So ang name ani is transfer data button. Okay. So when we're going to click this, mura ragwa no. Okay? Mura siya gwa. Atong tan-awon karon si form 9 kung ning reflect ba siya didto, and there you are. So the same thing atong kopyaon gikan ni last name. Unsay naa ni last name? That is P10. Okay. So that is the age is P11 and the sex is P11. Okay. Mubalik ta didto ni form 1. And tiwaso nato tong ato ang code. You have there the code, no? So again, this is the destination and this is the source. Ang ato ra yung usbon ani is kani ra gyud siyang range. Mao ra jud na atong kopyaon. So this is for the ato lang nang labelan siya diha og no, that is comment. That is for what is this? LRN, so that we will be guided. Now, di na nato kopyaon ng source and destination kay anyway, for illustration purpose naman na siya. Okay? So, arita sa ubos. Now, next to that is we are going to make the, not the LRN, but the name. Okay. So, ang name dito sa workbook 2 nga worksheets report card face range. The name there is unsay address. Okay? So, I have here the note. That is P10. By the way, magamay ni og manako smaller or big letter, that is acceptable by Visual Basic. Pero much better if we are going to capitalize this. Okay ra? Sige, mas nindot siya tanawon og capital. And the source na to, di ba? Source man is here. The name is unsay address? C21 and this is K21 and this is O21. So, K og O and you have the C21. Okay. So, let's proceed. Now, this is C21 for name. Okay. The same will be done for unsa naman to. Okay, make sure to change this. This is name and this is age, and okay, this is for the sex. Sakto ba ron? Okay. So for the age, ang address niya dito ni form 9 is P11. Okay? So P11 ang source niya, maklaro man nato ang age diri Okay. So P11 is age and the age here is naani na P21. Diba? Age O. Okay, so that is O21. Okay. So here that is unsa man to? P11 and this is for the sex is T11 ni form 2 and here the address here is K. So K21. Let's be careful with this ha. Make sure that atong maklik ang source ang source nga data and this is the name address, the name box. This will tell us the address. Okay, for the sex that is K21 and for the age is O21. Okay, atong klarohon una, we have the A, the C, the O, and the K. Okay. So, when we are going to, ready na ta for our kaning upat ka buok. So, ato natin siyang i-transfer dito sa ato ang destination nga workbook. And that is our form 9. So, when we click transfer data, tadan, waragwa no. Okay? But when we are going to proceed to the form 9, the data has been there already. Naana siya. Okay? So that will automate our task. And our next thing for this is we would like to save this using this file name. Kana nga file name atong gamiton. Okay. Dili na ta mo adto sa lain but let's record this. First time man ta nato ning mag-save ani. Okay? Again, ayaw mo ka-rely sa ako ang code for this but kanang mga task bitaw ni Office ni Microsoft Excel, do it sa inyong Office. Kay naay tendency nga dili ta parehas og code except those common man ni sa tanan nga references kani siya workbooks, you have the worksheets common na sa tanan except those kadtong mga pag-save na to. Okay, Akong kung ano ni siya, since ready naman what are we going to do now is ato na ni siya i-save, di ba no? I-save using that name, kana siya. Okay, so ato nang kopyaon and what are we going to do is atong i-save ni. I am doing the right share, form 9. Okay. Before ta mo end ani nga atong i-save, atong i-record ang atong pag-save. So arita no, tuaman to siya ni form 1 ang macro. So here, let's have our macro here and let's record a macro here. Okay, ang atong itawag niya is save. Okay? So, click OK. And then, naka-record na siya. What we're going to do is file, then save as. Okay? Adto lang ko sa ako ang documents. Change the file name like that. Okay, and that should be Excel workbook. Then, save. And, okay, i-yes na siya. And after that, ato na nang i-stop ang recording. Trailing kayo, no? Let's view the macro. And you have here the save and edit. Mao ni siya iyahang pag-save. Yara. Okay? So, this code, ato ning gamiton pag-save, but we are going to customize this. Kani. Na siya, no? Atong tanawon ha, make sure ang pinaka-importante ani is this one. Atong put do na siya later. Okay. So, next to that is atong kopyaon ni and let's automate the process kung musugot bagid gihapon siya. Okay? Again, the first thing nga buhaton ninyo is make sure that you are going to save it to the folder nga gusto nyong i-save tanan nga mga report cards. Is ako naa siya diri sa documents kani, but sige ako lang ning butangan og card. Cards. I am making sure nga na ako'y folder nga cards didto sa ako ang documents. Okay. So ato ko sa ako ang documents and I am going to create a card there. Okay, cards nga. So that's it. So naay cards cards nga folder. So kopyaon ni nato because we can make use of this adto sa atong form 1. And if you notice, nagamit siya active workbook, no? So balik ta didto sa ato ang ato ni i-close. There we go. This is our form 1, school form 1 nga code. And let's automate the process. This is now save the report card. And then i-paste nato itong atong kopya. Again, giunsa nato to siya? Di ba nagbutang na tag data coming from this? Di ba? Ning reflect na ang data. Okay, sige ako sa ning i-comment so that di na siya dili na siya execute ni Visual Basic. So, what we did for this is that the data coming from our form 1, okay, the data coming from our form 1 here, specifically kani siya nga range sa data, matransfer nato sa form 9, which is the report card. So kung tanaw nato ni siya, if we're going to transfer data button, na-code ang ag-execute and adto ta sa ato ang form 9, di ara ang data. Okay? So 17 and so on. Okay, sige, delete na to ni. Delete. To illustrate nga, ning work siya. And then let's go back to form 1 and okay, transfer data kani transfer data. And if we are going to proceed to form 9, naa na gihapon na siya. And the next thing to do is aton ni siyang i-save. Okay. Take note that na-save na ninako siya as ingon ani nga file name. Kaning name niya. So kung ato nang i-activate tong save ni naani form 1 nga macro, okay? Ako ning i-activate ning save. Okay. Take note ha, gidungagan na to nag cards. Ang cards karon walay sulod. Sige, ako sa ning tangtangon ning cards ani for a while. To illustrate nga tuwa siya didto ning save. But before that, before ta maka activate now, before ta maka use ni active workbook, the active workbook should be the workbook 2. Dili ang 1. Kaya nga naman, the 1 is the form 1. Ang 2 is, kinsa man ang 2? Kadto si form 9. So let's make use of this code, workbooks na 2. So meaning, dili si form 1 but si form 2. Okay. That activate, then ay pata makagamit ni active workbook that save as file name and that's it. So take note, these are automatically generated by Visual Basic. So here we go. Let's run. Okay, yes, run na nato siya and okay. Notice, nakita, niingon siya nga naana daw ning exist ang file name. Okay. So that means naana gyud ay tay file for that. And balik ta diri. Okay. Now ang nahitabo karon is that ang active nato nga workbook karon is si workbook number 2. Dili to si form 1. Si form 9 ang active nato. So atong ipabalik ni workbook number 1 after saving. Inig human save, atong ibalhin ni workbook 1 that activate. Okay. So that's it. Now, sir, kani siyang dapita kay kani siya unsa may porma ani media dire is that this is fixed. Dapat magpareha siya diri sa ato ang name. Kaning name bitaw nga naa diri naa diri ni form 1. Okay. So let's go back to form 1. Here we go. Okay. So dapat kani siya mo ay file name. Now what we're going to do is ato nang ilisan siya og variable. Okay. So file name equals butangan nato na siya og variable din ha. Kani variable na sir. Oh, so atong i-assign una si kani kopyaon nato ni siya. Pero diha ra taman niya slash kana. So how are we going to make use of the variable? Okay, so ang atong ibutang is let's name it file name. Hope walay conflict. Naay-conflict ang file name. So butangan akong x file name is equals to kopyaon nato ni siya. Okay, ato nang i-control x, tanggalon nato ni. And then okay ra na. X file name atong istoran ani documents, and di ba akong giingon is magbutang ta og ato na siyang put doon. Okay. Now in Visual Basic, ang plus nato kung mag-concatenate ta, we are going to use the ampersand. So documents slash Ang ako ang ibutang is cards slash, okay, unsa may file name nga atong ibutang. The range for the name is di ara. So di ara siya ActiveSheet.value. Okay? So let's make sure nga walay extra space. So atong i-trim. Ato siyang i-trim ha. Trim function is that this trim, open parenthesis, kung sa'yo nasa sulod niya, meaning iyahang tanggalan og kanang leading and trailing spaces. Okay. Gabihin na no, ala, programming na dyan na sir. Yes. Programming na dyan ta. And atong ibalik og add. Okay. So, take note that this is ActiveSheet. So, ang forma ani is ang name, &.xlsx. Okay. So, this file name will be, no, X file name, atong ibutang dire. X file name. Okay. So, with this, ug unsay ngan didto atong i-change no, atong i-shift no from nahuman naman ta sa C21. So ato nang igamong 22 later. Sige. So let's try kung mugana ba gid siya. Run. And here we go. Okay. I am going to share you my folder nga cards. Nasa documents, dayon cards. Okay. So here, kung inyong tan-aw, naa na gid siya. Ayaw mo katinga na ang name na sa bata. Atong dungagan og usa. So, mubalik na punta dito sa, no, okay, kita ninyo, naa na siya, documents, cards. Di ba mo na destination nga atong gibutang dito? With, no, sir, tinuod lagi na siya. Yes, that is, no, ma-open na siya ni Excel. And here we go. Pero ako lang na siyang i-close. Okay? Tungod kay nagdubli na ko og Excel. Okay, so that's it. Next to that is, let's go back to Form 1. And then, let's open the Visual Basic for Applications. Okay. Ang sunod na tong buhaton is si 20, na 22 na pod. Okay? Si 22 na pod. Manually, mo ni atong buhaton. Si 22 na podre. Okay. And let's run this again. Okay, I am going to show you sa sa ang folder nga cards. Now, if you notice, duha na siya sulod. Kani si, okay, kaning duha ka names, si Rax o si Jambi, these are the data nga naa sa Form 1 nato. Form 1. Nga si Jambi o si Rax. Okay. Now, here's the, no, mao gid si pinakanindot kay karon kay let's put a looping statement so that mag-loop na siya. Unsa man ang loop? Mag-repeat sa process. No, without na ini-click mo transfer data and tanang cards generated. Wow. No, di na ta dili na ta kalingaw transfer adtong 21, 22, 23, 24. So, all we have to do is to record. Let's start from row number 21 until, okay, row number 72. Okay? So, range na from 21 to 72. But since naatay bantayanan sa atong Form 1, kay naay total male, total female. Tanggalon ni nato siya nga portion. Kay wa ni siya labot. Dili ni siya record. Okay? By now, so mao na siya nag-separate sa male o female. Okay. So let's start from row number 21 until row number 71. So ato nang inote ha. Now what we are going to do is let's put a very simple looping statement. Grabe, hi sir, bye. Yes, that's true. Okay. What we are going to do is let's assign a variable. Unsa man ning variable? Sa programming, ang variable is a letter or a placeholder sa data, okay, nga pwede natong ma-manipulate. And let's have this, no? Let's name it kanang meaningfully. So, kani siya kay row number man eh. So, X row na lang kay kung row akong gamiton, na ay row nga property ni Microsoft Worksheet. So, kung row akong gamiton, kung mo capital na siya, meaning present na siya. Keyword na siya ni Microsoft Excel. So, dili ko pwede mo gamit ana. Akong gamiton, butangan lang akong row. X row is equals to, unsa man to? Unsa beginning na to? Sige, big row is 21. Ang atong end row is 71. Correct? So, what I am going to do now is kani siya. Aho ra ning butangan din haog while big row is less than or equal to end row. Okay. So kani siya nga while statement is that this is no. Ay lang niya sabtag taman siya kung unsa na siya basta kay ang trabaho ani niya ni while, this is a keyword for repeat. Meaning kani siya nga condition ani, kani nga condition, the beginning row is 21 and the end row is 71. So kung ang beginning row is less than or equal to, what is this less than or equal to? Asa taman siya? Ni end row 71. So asa man siya mo false kung mo 72 na si end row. Okay. So the beginning row is 21, the end row is 71. You are going to do this. And since the beginning row is 21, here, what we're going to do here is ato pud ni siyang ihimuong variable and make use of the variable. Unsa na to na? Kanang 22 is the row. So ang atong gamiton ani is the big row. So kopyaon ba gid nato na si big row. Whatever the data ni big row mo iyang i-add dinha, mo iyang i-concatenate. So tanggalon nato na si 22. And pulihan nato og big row like that. Kana si 22 dinha, ilisan natog ampersand big row, kani si 22 dire nga kay ilisan na nato og big row. So unsay pilay value ni big row karon? 21. So all in all, inig concatenate anang duha, mahimo na siyang A21, C21, O21, K21. And also don't forget this C. Okay. And big row. So to make it work, while man na siya, butangan na to sa ubos og when. Meaning, end na siya ni while. Atong itungod lang. You have the while, you have the when. But before that, do not forget to increment. Unsa man ni siya? Atong i-increment na si big row para 21, inig sunod niya balik, 22, sunod balik, 23, hangtod maabot siya og 72. Okay. So copy this big row here. Okay. Is equals to simply increment of 1. Big row plus 1. And there we go. Ready na ta to generate our report card. So to make things clear, what I am going to do is that okay, we need to test pa ba ya? Atong delete ni og naabad yung ma-generate. Let's see kunog naabad yung ma-generate, sir. Okay. So, I have here the form. Pasang i-close tong usa ka form ha. Okay. Balik ko na ako. Dili ma-delete tungod kay open siya. Okay, akong i-delete na siya. Wala na isod ng cards. Basig maingon tanig nag-magic man kana sir bitaw. Tinuod jud ni ha. Seryoso ni. Okay? Now, can you imagine you can generate your card, report card in an instant nga dili ra makaabot og 5 minutes. All you need is inyo rang set up inyong form 1 and tadan, there you go. Okay, sige, so daghan kay kag istorya diha, sir. I am going to open back the form 2. So form 9, sorry, form 9. There we go. Dera. So wala ni siya isulod ha. Okay na dera. Mao ni. So assuming nga mao ni iyang section.
Eh, wala
Okay.
naka-share.
Okay. Sige. So thank you, Sir Inad, for the reminder. Form 9 is that mao ni siya ang form 9. Mao ni atong source. Balik ta ni form 1, ato naman tong ato naman to siyang program from the 71, okay, from 21. So, mao na inyong tan-awon lang og asa siya taman. And let's check our code. Ang atong gidugang ani is the variable beginning row and the end row. So while big row is less than end row, and atong gi-change ang dire. Instead nga fix nga 21, 22, ato siyang gigamang variable so that whatever the value ni big row, mao iyang i-concatenate din ha. Okay? So mag-increment siya. So unsa may buhaton ani niya? As we progress sa row number kaning big row, kay nag-add 1 man ta kalingaw, ang iyang buhaton ana is ni ari siya dire, sunod mo ari na pod siya, sunod kana na pod kani, and transferring the data coming from this worksheet to your form 9. No, di ba? Enjoy. So atong tan-aw og balik ha, walay sulod, no, ma-generate siya adto sa cards, kaning cards nako na walay sulod, documents cards. So as we're going to generate that, atong i-click si form 1 and transfer data. So this time dili na siya transfer data, but atong i-change ang name ani. Okay, so ang name na ani niya is, what button is this? Generate form 10. Form 9, sorry, Aisa. Okay, di na ito butang button kay obviously that is a button. Okay, generate form 9. Sige, atong i-bold na siya. And then let's make it black. Okay. There you go. So once i-click ni nato, mag-generate na siya sa tanan ninyong records ani. Unya, kaning whatever the data here will be transferred to form 9, yang i-save using this as file name. Okay? So let's do. Aysa, basig makaingon mo, gi-magic na. Here, ari ang destination sa documents cards, walay sulod. And then, balik ta diri and let's generate. Pila ka seconds. My time is 11:48. Okay. So, it's generating. So, let's wait. Okay, it's generating now. So once kung mag-inana siya, nag-loading siya, na siya kanang gitawag na to sa interpret, loading siya, loading. Okay, let's wait for that to finish. Okay, it's done. And it's just 1 minute. 1 minute ha, okay? And you know what? Unsay nahitabo is that let's have your report cards. And tadan, there you go. So naana tanan ninyo nga mga bata with report cards. So all you need to do now is na set up na good sila, no? Naana mo na-generate nga report cards tagsa sa inyong bata using the form 1, okay, or the school register. So since we are so ambitious nga amoa siyang humanon including the form 9, the form 9 which is the form 137. But you can do your own experiment anyway kana lang pong data nga dili bitaw, dili ba tinuod nga data. You can play with it, the form 1, the form 9, and the form 10. Okay, so let's try to open kung tinuod ba gid ni. Kani si gitawag og ecotergesy. Okay, kung i-open ni siya og tinuod ba jud nga data niya, no? And I am going to share that with you. Si ecotergesy. Okay, the file name is ecotergesy is tipati. And the age is 17, F, and this is the LRN. Okay, so this time I am so ambitious to illustrate everything, pero ako lang ginayan akong pacing para meaningful ato ang learning this morning with the VBA. Kay mao para bagi pagkasugat sa uban ani unsod ng macro, unsod ng VBA. Okay? So ingon ana siya. Now, sir, kanang VBA sir exclusive na ni Microsoft Excel? The answer is no. VBA is for Office. So Word, Excel, Outlook, and whatever Office application ni Microsoft, that is applicable. Dili lang kay ni Microsoft Excel. But nganong Excel magigamitan nato ron sir, it's because ang atong data is naaman sa Excel. Kung na Word pa ni, adto ta sa Word magama sa ato ang VBA. Okay. So, that's it. Ana lagi natong balikon ang ato ang code, no? So, can you imagine is in less than pila raman to imong i-set up for by now dugay ko nagama kay moabot siya 2 hours kay nag-illustrate man ko. But in your end, if you can make use of this tool sa inyong mga forms, the base is form 1 and the form 1 can be reflected also to other formats. So ingon ana lang siya. Okay? So do you have follow-up questions? I know there are a lot of questions. Anyway, this is recorded and pwede ninyong i-view siya balik. Pasensya nga may makalula siya. It's because I cannot share the 2 screens at the same time. I mean, 2 windows. So, ano lang. Anyway, makita naman sa nato. Okay. So, with that, I hope you learned something this morning. I hope wala mo naglabad-labad sa inyong ulo. Anyway, og dili ma-absorb karon, you can still have later, you can still have tomorrow. Kay layo pa bitaw ang card generation, and it is a very big wish that all class advisors can generate their report cards and Form 10 in an easy way. So, that's all for this morning. I would like to say thank you very much for listening. And I am going to give this the floor to Sir Inad for the question and answer portion. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Sir. Thank you so much, Surgeon Boy, and congratulations. I for myself learned a lot. Gamay ra kay background sa Visual Basic application, but with your presentation, it's giving me idea now as to how to really program or do some script coding using VBA. Murag okay ram desi kay if wala kay background as to how to do it, you can just record a macro, and then from there you can identify nga dili ang step. So from there you can manipulate the codes and suit it to your likes, diba? So thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Exactly,
Honestly,
sir.
yes, I really learned a lot. Thank you. But of course, we cannot deny the fact that we have some colleagues nga who have less background with IT, so they're having some issues. So let me just raise some question here. Kung di ko ka-answer, i-answer, sir.
Okay,
First
yes,
question,
sir.
saan pag-change your online or offline? Ma'am, this is not an online application. So if you have your if you have your MS Excel, alongside with it is the VBA already. So it should not be a problem whether it's offline or online. Much better if it's offline so that you don't need to be connected. I'm not sure though if there is a VBA for web apps nga MS Office na, but sir, I haven't tried.
Wala,
Offline,
sir. ang sa online sir is limited siya. Pero
Mm.
if you are going to no, I advise ari lang ta sa local nga. Why should screw up Globe? Sorry Globe. Why should screw up Globe for no that activity? In fact, we can do it offline.
Yeah.
And take note, uh, unlicensed, which is, well, some are using unlicensed version. Unlicensed version and licensed version are just the same. You can make use of the VBA. Naaragid siya. Naaragid siya ha. Dili na need nga mag-license. Pero kung wala mo i-license in yung office, much better if inyong i-license so that you can have the updates. But as to the VBA is concerned, whether that is licensed or unlicensed, pwede rin siyang gamiton.
That's right. Taragin na siya, no? And then, why settle for a non-license when most of the teachers in the SDO Bohol have already their Office 365 or MS 365? Okay, pwede ba po magamit WPS? Ma'am, the VBA is solely for Microsoft products, so it's not available in the WPS. How about kuno sir, you wanted to delete something sa imong recorded macro, saan siya pag-undo for the particular cell?
Asa dapita ron sir, pag-delete sa code or
Say
sa
for example, katong format bitaw imong gi-format ang A1, A2, A3 and then naapili mo ang A4.
okay.
To undo or sa man?
Pwede actually you can do the control Z. Control Z. The control Z will still work if no if delete nimo siya, I mean you don't like what you did to that particular cell. So maando ra na siya nimo.
Okay.
Pwede nimo dili save for that.
Correct. Okay.
Pero sir, careful ta sir ha. Once ang data nga imuhang gigamit, no, na kay data nga gibutang niya, programmatically imuhang atubang nag-assign ta og data coming from the source to destination. So tendency would be that your destination dili na nimo mabalik tong data nga naa didto currently nga naa niya. Na tendency would be like that. So let's be careful. Nga dapat adto gid nato ibutang sa right destination, o di ba? Murag gugma sir.
And always practice backing up, sir, no?
Yeah.
Ba? Sige. Let's move on. Interesting ang topic, pero di siya maklaro kay sa CP. Anyway, ma'am, you can do a review. The videos are always online and you can choose from YouTube or sa Facebook. So we're doing really everything that we can to make this accessible to everyone. Naay kini labad sundon kay dili mo review si sir. Please understand that we are time constraints, so if we do the review murag di ka ego no ang allotted time. But actually I would really suggest that if there is a training that is so technical, do not do something on your end yet. You just have to watch the presenter do it. And then anyway, pares naman na sila, at least you're able to familiarize how the steps are being carried out. Okay, if you're also busy doing something on your end and you're not familiar with that thing, obviously that's going to confuse you more. Anyway, the video is there. You can just replay. At least when the presentation is done, you were able to pay attention and take note of the details. Doing the same over will no longer be a challenge, actually, believe us. Because
exactly. Yes, sir.
for us
Agree.
IT, that's what we do. Bitaw.
Exactly.
All right. Yakini, it makes me crazy, sir. How about if I'll just highlight the cell, then copy paste? Ako answer ni sir. Wag na share problema, ma'am. You can do that. However, if the issue is kaya kuan mo to gisugod ni Sir Jemboy nga murag pinakasayon. And then if you could notice pag abot na sa transfer, of course, doing the transfer is challenging because you need to do it one record at a time. So with the use of VBA, instead of doing copy paste, going to Form 9, Form 1 to Form 9, Form 1 to Form 9, ya pila man to ka data, daghan-daghan ba ya punto ma'am no. Nya ko yung sa tasagsaon, you have 100 students, it would take you the pila ka days pero basta para mahuman. But with the background of VBA as to how to do the transferring, so on and so forth, and do the looping, di ba? Ang murag dugay ra gyud sir no katong preparation lang.
Exactly. Yes,
and
sir.
then once you're able to do the first preparation, just hit the button, and everything will just follow. So mo na among goal diri dapita. Okay, again, recorded na siya so you don't have to worry. Sir, pwede ba na kuno nga kana imong gipangtrabaho di nga file kay imong i-share publicly so that they can go ahead and download and check on the VBA scripts that you have
Yes,
recorded?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, this is my point of view. Now, at your end, ang mahitabo man God, I am using Office 2019. So tendency would be you are using your Office 2013 or 2010 or 2007. So some scripts here will not work sa inyong version sa Office. So that is why I teach you how to record the macro. Kay you record it on your Office application on your version. If I am going to share this with you, mo lagi to, ang tendency would be that this will
Moran.
not work. Dili siya mo run kay higher man in 2019.
Mo
So
di bag error.
uh, of course, yes, the answer there is yes, I can share this. But basig mas stress na pud hinuon mo kay dili na siya mudagan. Now sa inyong case, just use the record macro. Tanawa lang tong record macro dito. Okay? Sige, okay, siguro Sir Inad. Sige, okay, really. Sige.
Sige. Alright. So ang reason ni Sir Jimboy is that we are using different MS Office versions. So the scripts that are generated on his presentation might not be the same scripts nga i-generate sa version nga 2010, 2016, or 2007 mo to nga iyang gipakita jud step by step on how the scripts are being recorded using the macro so that you'll be able to manipulate so in the actual na no on that particular nga version. Okay. So paspasan na to gamay diri kay alas 12 na. Sir kana nga BB app. App ba ni siya? Ma'am, it's an application alongside with the MS Office, no? May it be Word, napo na siya BBA, Excel, napo na siya, PowerPoint, napo na siya. To si BBA kay partner gina siya, wala na kay usahay by default kay gi-hide na siya ni MS Office, but if you'll just play around with your ribbon, you should be able to see that macro. Basta si makakita kita macro, mauna na sila, igsuon na sila ni BBA. If you click on view macro, makita na siyang script. Okay, murag, let me check. Wala na, nag-highlight ko actually diri sa possible questions niya, wala na. All of which are already, salamat sir. Pretty sure our gitawan na ito nga, sige na ni participants will be awaiting for the replay of this video, no? So, murag mao na to kay alas 12 na sad, but I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to be able to answer the remaining questions nga kanang mo display kay understand that there's a delay no in the YouTube kay 30 seconds delay from our presentation using Zoom. So once again, Sir Jimboy, thank you so much and congratulations once again for being able to deliver the topic as concise, as simple, but comprehensive. So you deserve a very big round of applause and utangos na akong certificate ha. Kaya I'll go ahead and make it as beautiful as it can be. Kaya pwede po kumawa sa kumpa with the right
sir. Last few words na lang, sir. Gamay na lang yun. Okay. So inani na lang ha, for the ends of teachers, if ever, this is somehow a challenge to your ICT coordinator. Sorry, ICT coordinator. But or somebody from your district or from your school nga naay end sa ICT, since sila man mo inay edge for that, and they this is not discrimination, but truth is mas paspa sila makakomprehend with this kaysa kadtong walay background. So if ever wala kay mo background for this, so call somebody nga naay ICT background and that's it. Sit together and do the tasks. So ingon ana siya and challenge this sa mga ICT coordinators. Thank you.
Yes, challenge it. Again, sir, thank you so much and congratulations. Let me just go ahead and show the post-webinar assessment form. I'm ka-shock na bitly na siya because from our experience no for the last 2 days, Tiny URL is not functioning well it's not redirecting correctly. So that's the URL for the post-webinar assessment form. That's bit.ly/39 capital Z, small letter P, small letter U, small letter Q, and that's capital O. That's not zero. So that's bit.ly/39ZPUQO. So that's the assessment link. And please don't forget to like our SDO Bohol Task Force ICT Platforms Facebook page, as well as don't forget to subscribe to our SDO Bohol Task Force ICT Platforms YouTube channel. And again, this has been Fernando wishing everyone the best of luck in your endeavors. Have a safe day, everyone, and enjoy the remaining day for today. All right. Good luck and God bless. Bye-bye.